Judging a leg-side wide delivery, ICC Trial rule for ODIs and T20s focus on the point at which a wide is to be judged on either side of the wicket. We have already discussed in a previous video the ICC's new trial regulation about judging a leg-side wide. It has been suggested that a new line be drawn on the pitch to assist the umpire with his assessment of a leg-side wide. As you can see in this graphic, the two markings of the protected area, these are proposed to be extended forward to meet the popping crease, and these will be marked in red. Now, my concern in this video is with the further instruction given by the ICC in this regard. Let me elaborate. In this video, the basic question we will examine is, should a wide ball on either side of the wicket be judged by the umpire at the position of the ball when it is at the popping crease, or at the bowling crease, or at both the popping crease and the bowling crease? From the responses received in a recent poll I conducted, I found that most umpires are basing their judgment at the popping crease position. This may have its basis on a practice started during the IPL, where DRS is available on white ball calls, and it was decided to freeze at the instant when the ball is at the popping crease. In my view, however, the IPL or IPL umpiring is not the gold standard the world needs to follow. What do you do at present? The ICC has announced the following on a trial basis for 6 months starting October 2025 for calling white balls in ODIs and T20 international cricket. The first has to do with an extra line to be marked on the leg side of the pitch. And the second says any leg side delivery that passes behind the batter's legs and outside of the line at the time the ball reaches the popping crease may still be called a wide. My concern in this video is with two above, but let me give you some background first. Point 1 merely means that the protected area mark that we see on the bowling crease 12 inches from the middle stump will now be stretched 4 feet forward to meet the popping crease. Let us call it the leg side wide line seen in red in this graphic. We already have a similar line marked on the offside, which is the offside wide line seen in blue. I am all for this measure because it takes all the guesswork out of the call and it brings uniformity between batters. You will see the video appearing on the next slide where, in the absence of a marking, the call becomes a guess.
ओ नहीं वाइड दिया भी नहीं कैटलबरो भी सही सोच कैटलबरो कह रहे ये स्टोरी में ट्विस्ट नहीं लेंगे रन
पैर पकड़ रहे हैं नसुम पैर पकड़ रहे हैं और ये वो पहली गेंद ये वाइड नहीं दिया वाइड नहीं दिया था वाइड
कैटलबरो भी जानते हैं
This delivery was not given a wide because had Virat Kohli not moved his legs, the ball would have hit his legs and the wide would have been denied. Now, an umpire friend, Gajanan Vasishtha, forwarded to me the same video in which he has superimposed a red guideline indicating till what point Virat Kohli's leg was when he took guard. Have a look at that video in the next slide.
The back leg, and we have drawn a line on the position of the back leg. You can see now the ball goes. It is still inside the line, means the ball could have hit Virat Kohli's back leg.
With the red line in place, we can see clearly that had Virat Kohli not moved his legs, the ball would have hit his legs and the wide would have been denied. Under this trial, a leg side wide line will be marked on the ground to guide umpires, which in my view is a good thing. However, I do foresee a problem for umpires in maintaining this red line, especially so through a 50 over game. The bowlers and batters are always in that area. Let us go further. This brings me to my main matter of concern with regard to this trial. The rule says any leg side delivery that passes behind the batter's legs and outside of the line at the time the ball reaches the popping crease may still be called wide. Now, the ICC had never stated, as they have now, at what point the wide ball is to be judged. Today, they say at the time the ball reaches the popping crease. Now, this raises some questions. Is this principle to be applied to the offside too? The ICC is silent about this. What have umpires been doing so far with no instructions from the ICC in this regard? As I mentioned, I found in a poll that most umpires are basing their judgment at the popping crease position. This may have its basis on a practice started during the IPL, where DRS is available on wide ball calls, and it was decided to freeze the action at the instant when the ball is at the popping crease. In my view, however, the IPL or IPL umpiring is not the gold standard the world needs to follow. Now let us apply this popping crease guideline on both sides of the wicket and examine how right or wrong that would be. To reiterate, the basic question we will be examining is, should a wide ball be judged by the umpire at the position of the ball when it is at the popping crease, or at the bowling crease, or at both the popping crease and the bowling crease? We are trying to examine which of these options would be the fairest and therefore the right one. What the placing of lines on the pitch in a limited overs match does is, it redefines the reach of the striker and quantifies it in terms of inches. Now we have a line on the leg side too. A blue line 30.5 inches from the off stump and a red line 7.5 inches from the leg stump. I call the grey area in the graphic the playing zone of the right-handed striker. This entire area is within the redefined reach of the striker. In the absence of any instructions heretofore, I have always called a wide on the offside only if the ball has not passed through this grey area. Would that be the right thing to do? Let us examine this question. As per the popping crease guideline, ball 2 shown in the graphic is not a wide, and ball 1 is a wide despite it having come into the playing zone after passing the popping crease. However, a wide on the leg side has always been called for a ball going further away. This one is inches away from the leg stump and from the striker's legs. It could well have gone over the stumps too. Would it still be called a wide? Moreover, this ball would also have hit the striker's leg hadn't he moved towards the offside, which is the rationale on which this red line owes its existence. Let us apply this popping crease guideline uh, to the offside wide ball. Like I said, umpires are already doing it. Now, ball 1 is not a wide, but ball 2 is a wide despite it having come into the playing zone after passing the popping crease. This finishes maybe 15 inches from the off stump. This is a common enough delivery from any off spinner who turns the ball a bit or from a Chinaman. How many umpires will actually call this a wide? I have never done that and never will. Now look at these two graphics. Now what if the ball 2 in each case, which is deemed to be wide at the popping crease, goes on to hit the wicket? Not impossible on the offside, but more possible on the leg side. Do we not call wide and give the striker out bowled? Or call wide and not out bowled because of what is stated in law 22.9 out from a wide? Or call wide and give the striker out bowled like wide and hit wicket and wide and stumped? I know options 2 and 3 are absurd, but these questions will arise when you say at the popping crease, and the laws don't have a clear answer. It would be right to adjudge these two deliveries as wide because the ball is outside the red mark at both the popping crease and at the bowling crease. But would it be right to adjudge these two deliveries as wide? I think not. These deliveries also could have hit the striker's leg had he not moved, now represented by the 12-inch red mark. Very harsh and unfair in my view. Now coming back to our basic question, should a wide ball be judged by the umpire at the position of the ball when it is at the popping crease, or at the bowling crease, or at both the popping crease and the bowling crease? How do you see it now? To conclude, in my view, option 3 would be fair and the best alternative. The wide should be judged both at the popping crease and at the bowling crease. Putting this another way, a delivery that has entered the playing zone of the striker should not be called a wide. It is only fair to the bowler. He is bowled within the reach of the striker as we have defined it. Does this not stand to reason? Thank you for your patience. I hope I have been able to explain the proposed changes in the ICC PCs governing Legside Wides and given you some food for thought. Do like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this with your friends. Your feedback is welcome. Thank you and happy umpiring.